It's a venue in a city that's seen more NFL history than just about anyone else. Welcome to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay. Will Reichert has it all teed up. And away we go from Wisconsin. From his own end zone, here we go. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now Love. Headed out right. Nowhere to go with it, so Higgins throws it away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
2nd and 10, Love trying again. Has it to his back, here's Josh Jacobs. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Packers. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Going run again with Jacobs. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Let's go. Go.
From the 43. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
He's trying to push the field. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers finish up an excellent opening series. Jaden Reed the touchdown. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Return coming from the 6. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Offense up to the line fast. Another try following the sack. He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. His first throw is an interception. And possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They stick with Jacob. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. To the air with Love. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Packers send out their punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it's going to be Vikings football. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They motion the slot man right. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Big gain downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Back now, pressure on its way. Complete out to the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd down run by Pacheco. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. A minute to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd and 4 coming up now. They're throwing it. Getting out to his left. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Back to throw, needing a 1st. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Vikings reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings tie this game 7-7. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Jaden Reed, the intended target. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Let's go now.
Throwing, Love. That'll be complete to Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. These two NFC North. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They're looking at 1st down here. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Jacobs with a 1st and then some. Past the 25. And finally, he's down at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
From the red zone now. He's got it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Play fake, it's Love. Has it down close. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Finds Hyatt. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Jair Alexander with the stop. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They'll throw on. Caught it deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Packers pick it up. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle.
And there is nothing like a defense taking the ball away for you. Right? It's all about the ball. It's all about, you hear me preach that all the time. Get the ball back. They get the ball back with a little extra bonus on that return as well.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he's he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum. Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
Love throwing on fourth. And he's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow their lead off the turnover. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Ryland able to connect on the point after. And the Packers double their lead to 14. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Chooses to bring this one out. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw now. He lofts one deep, center of the field. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They go play action here. Flushed out of the pocket. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. Still going inside the 35. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It is caught left side. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Throwing off the play fake here. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
Throw on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll get him back to 11.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Great vision gets him across midfield. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50. 1st and 10 from the 41. Love out of the shotgun. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Packers stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Jordan Love, the touchdown. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Packers push their lead to 18. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. It's the Vikings facing 2nd and 10.
Okay, ready? Back 60. Go! Pass to the left. Pass to the left. Yep.
Looking for a throw here. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
He's got him. That's Addison. Still has some space inside the 35. It's a 21-yard gain. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Working quickly here. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet somewhere to throw.
Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Packers make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Return coming from the 6. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They'll throw on first. Flush down out to his left. Throwing deep down the left. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers Vikings get it back after making their third first-half interception. Well, you kind of had a feeling, Brock, that they were going to be passing early and often, coming out of the locker room on the losing side of things, right? And that coverage, man, they knew it too. Right there to make a play on the very first throw.
Yeah, no doubt. I think in any of our minds, they knew a throw was coming defensively, and that's fine. You could know it's coming, but you got to then go out and execute and take it away. Played right into their hands, and now a chance to add to this lead.
And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up third down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 4 yards. They're going to say 4 on that carry. That's going to bring up 4th and 4. Punt team on the field. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it'll be their football. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Setting up a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
3rd and long for him here. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he will get the first as they touch him down. Offense in the hurry up here. A first down carry for Pacheco. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Hyatt with the grab. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
19, Tiger.
Back to throw. He's got him. That's Pacheco. We'll take it in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Reichard on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings make it an 11-point ball game. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Returnable from the 2. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
60 Bison. Ready.
Fakes the handoff, now Love. Bails out of the pocket quick. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry, now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a gain of 4. And it'll be first down, Packers. They're set up at the 35 now. Going to the ground again on 1st. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. They're set up at the 35 now.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Counter give to Kamara. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
They give on 2nd to Kamara. On the move into the red zone. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So we're through 3 here. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Come 19! Come 19! 70! 7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! 70 Rangers! 70 Rangers!
Love from the gun. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun now for Love. This one's caught. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure, Coach, a play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Now it's a bootleg for him. Has the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Ryland now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers push their lead to 18. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Back to throw on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. They bring their tight end left. They go play action on first. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And this one does not go far.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
That one way too far up there. They can't connect. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They'll throw it. He's on the move. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
He's got it on the slant. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. It's an option to the left side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Touchdown, Minnesota. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Reichert on for the point after. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. So after thinking it over, they're lining up for 2. He's throwing for it. And he has it in the end zone for 2, and that's going to chip away a little bit at that deficit. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Handoff headed right. Kamara hits a seam at the 40. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. But don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon and give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
From the red zone now. He rolls to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Ryland able to connect on the point after. And the Packers take a 3-possession lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. This return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Completed over the middle. Rolling into enemy territory. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get it back to within 2 possessions. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
So we've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. Chandler now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Okay, ready.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Handoff here to Jacobs. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get it up to the 44. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers nearing their 9th win of the season. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They go counter, it's Jacobs. And not much doing, he stopped quickly. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time, 1:55 to go.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a 1st for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Another run for Kamara. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. So a historic venue in football sees yet another win as the Packers take this one at Lambeau. And with this being their 5th consecutive victory, Brock, it's easy to argue they've been the best team in football over the last month.